Monday. Happy Monday. I hope everybody's well. Guys, not down. So hey, please make sure you hit that like button. If you have not done so already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. And please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side because we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time with my good man President King and my good man Winner. Guys, what's going on? What's popping like it? What's happening?
What's good? What's good? What's good?
What's going on, people? Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's get it.
What's happening?
What's good?
Yeah, we good. So at the end of the day, guys, you already know what time it is. Jordan, go ahead and do your thing. Yeah, I know I got my heat hat on because we went in the night. Go ahead, Jordan, do your thing.
All right. What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? Glad y'all here. Monday evening, Monday afternoon over here in LA. So let's talk about it, y'all. We got the title. We gonna it's been buzzing. I don't know y'all been here, but this we're gonna talk about the artificial intelligence. Now, it's been buzzing trending this last week or so, and I don't think people really know that AI is coming. It's gonna come real soon. I remember Ronnie talk about I think it was like the other live stream we did about we have artificial dogs in certain cities like New York City and San Francisco, and they start those big cities, and we're gonna probably see more and more of those. And then something like for example for police stations, the police officers they use these dogs to roam around, and sometimes if they might use an action to try to take another human out if necessary if they do a bad crime. I know here in downtown LA, in the downtown area, it's like the Eden area. There's like a artificial robot roaming around and everything. It's looking around. If they see something wrong, they'll call the authorities and everything. But not just with the artificial intelligence, affecting artificial dogs and robots. Also, artificial intelligence they're in the music industry. Now, with artificial intelligence, they can get somebody's assemble somebody's music. It could be like Drake, Nicki Minaj, to the people that we have, Prince, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, and with if you tell artificial intelligence to play something, play this type of song, they'll remake it, and they make it their own. I mean, it doesn't necessarily sound like that, but it's very, very similar. So we definitely gonna play a video on that of how artificial intelligence how they take the music and put it into form. But yeah, it's like, and also, you might see artificial intelligence, hit certain areas like, in the workforce. I don't know where, but you might see it might affect grocery stores soon. It might definitely start warehouses. Because these artificial intelligence, they have a better. Some people say they have more better efficiency as us as humans. So we're gonna play 3 videos that I'm gonna play for y'all. And after that, we'll get right to it and talk about this. So today, this is our next picture.
Let me give a shout out to Natasha Vincent.
Natasha, what's going on?
Let me give a shout out to Natasha Vincent. Shout outs to Princess Kimmy. Shout outs to the Truth.
Here. The queens are here.
The queens are here. They're in the building.
Yes,
Praise
sir.
God. Hallelujah. Chakra. Here we go.
No, but the federal guy that I worked with told me that it's clean, completely clean. He cleared it out, all of it. When? Like 3 years ago. Okay, maybe there's one or two in Canada. What if there's more? One of those blind ones that seems like a bat? Wait, you ran into a clip.
My name is Alan Beadle. I'm with Drone Operations. We're a small group within AT&T. And I'm also a first responder.
I don't know what's going on. Am I lagging?
Yes. Yes. It's buffering. Yes.
Hallelujah.
If it those of
AT&T has
our
been using robotic dogs in limited capacity for a little over a year. We have a new agreement with the manufacturer now that will allow us to present this platform, develop it for use by the military, law enforcement agencies, government agencies, and really anyone that has a need for a device that will be safe and efficient. So what AT&T brings to the dog is communications. The key
I don't know what's going on, bro.
Try to play the next video.
to any successful remotely
Yeah,
controlled
it's not you. It's
device
just
is secure,
the video.
reliable communication.
You're fine.
Damn, yeah.
Yeah, because you're getting it off Instagram. Yeah.
And I think ultimately we will have to have some kind of universal basic income. I don't think we're going to have a choice.
Universal basic income.
Universal basic income. I think it's going to be necessary.
So it means that unemployed people will be paid across the globe.
Yeah.
Because there is no job. Machine robot is taking over.
That's simply the.
Oh, for the love of Christ. Oh my God.
And I want to be clear that these are.
Sorry, guys, just bear with us. Everything's going to go
Things
slow.
that I think that I wish would happen.
Just give it 1 second.
These are simply things that I think probably will happen. And if my assessment is correct and they probably will happen, then we need to say, what are we going to do about it? And I think some kind of a universal basic income is going to be necessary. Now, the output of goods and services will be extremely high. So with automation, there will come abundance. There will be almost everything will get very cheap. I think I think we'll just end up doing. A universal basic income is going to be necessary. The harder challenge, much harder challenge, is how do people then have meaning? Like a lot of people, they derive their meaning from their employment. So if you don't have, if you're not needed, if there's not a need for your labor, how do you, what's the meaning? Do you have meaning? Do you feel useless? That's a much harder problem to deal with.
It should be, I don't know if you want to play, it should be like one more video, I believe.
But I think everybody got the point of it, even though it's buffering. It's fine. But go ahead, Hakeem.
Nah, what's the other video?
Oh, the one, the last one, the TikTok one I sent about the AI, the artificial intelligence I'm using. Yeah, she's right under with the between the Elon Musk and the that investment process that one.
Exactly.
I'll send it again. Okay, there we go. Yep, there we go.
Someone like that.
Songs featuring Drake and The Weeknd. So not them in real life, but completely created with AI. The person that released it is going by the name Ghostwriter, already has 82,000.
There was one drug that worked.
Monthly listeners on Spotify, and the song has 200.
Yeah, it's buffering. I do not know what's going on.
It's probably your area.
Yeah. So it's okay. So with this video, I'm going to talk about how how you use, like I said earlier, how you use certain artists. It can be from Drake, Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne, all the way from Michael Jackson, Prince, Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, and we could do it. If you could tell artists to play this, and then they're not necessarily like copyright or anything. They're just making it their own as an artificial intelligence. So a lot of stuff is coming out, with this, AI stuff, sooner than I expected. For me, I thought it would come out in the next 5 to 10 years, but now it's looking like it's trying to really come up, here in 2023. So you're definitely gonna see some AI talking to, probably for the rest of this year. So I'm back with you, Ronnie. When you think about, art for the Teslas, I'm back in the future, how you think it's gonna change, the culture of the world, here in the United States, whatever, man. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, sorry you guys about the technical difficulty on Hakeem's side. More likely, it's probably the area because he's just updated his internet connection, so to have more speed. So you know how that goes when it comes to internet and Wi-Fi. Yes, you already know. So at the end of the day, like I said last week when we were talking about the simple fact of the Chicago riot that's going on with the teenagers, that I already, just analyzing thing, I really personally believe that was the whole intention. It's allowing certain things to happen so we can put stuff like this is already in place. Now, when they talk about this situation with them with the robot dog, I figured that was coming anyway because the military was already doing something like that. It was already test running AI to the point of able to identifying people, able to shoot on command, able to arrest people on command, and not only that, but also have camouflage. That stuff they already been doing in the military. So stuff in the military they always use it as a test study. So then when the test study is done, they put it through to the citizen of the U.S. So that's pretty much what's going on here. And not only that, but when Elon Musk talking about we need to have a universal plan, that's been an idea that they've been trying to do to proceed for a very, very, very long time. And the pandemic was a prime example of that. Mind you, during the pandemic, they gave each and every person an allowance, which was like I think $1,200, depends on a party of one. And I think $2,400 compared to a party of two, and also family. So I think family members have a little bit more when it came to that. And also I think in Canada, they were doing something totally. I think Canada is actually kind of already doing it already, if I'm not mistaken. I think during the pandemic, they gave everybody, I think every month, everybody a certain amount of allowance. So all of that was just a test run during the pandemic to say, okay, how can we do this? How can we plan this out? During the pandemic, they saw how things was working. So they said, okay, we're going to go this route in the near future. I'm not saying now, but in the near future. But the robot situation, when it comes to dog, I always tell people, you got to be careful because at the end of the day, you think you're going to go out here in these streets to cause an uproar. Nope. Not in the future. In the future, everything's going to be under control. Like they say, just with a push of a button, you can tell that machine what to do, and that machine can also do some serious harm. Go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, to me, I'm gonna start off with the robo dogs. So you start to see, cities like New York City and San Francisco really testing these, stuff out. They're really gonna, jump it down, like putting in different areas. It could be a good area, downtown, into bad areas, and certain cities gonna be looking at this and see how the robocops work effectively, which I'm pretty sure is gonna work effectively. Now, if San Francisco and New York City is doing well, you probably see, when I live in LA, or probably where Hakeem and Ronnie lives in Miami, from Atlanta, Chicago, Detroit, and you're gonna start seeing, little by little about how they pushing out these, robo dog stuff. Pretty much for me, if they gonna do that, I can see them doing like build robots. I say, RoboCop. When it came out back in the day, we might see one of those in the next 5 or 10 years. So yeah, it's gonna be yeah, but like I said, me and Ryan haven't seen that in our state, but hope sooner than later, we definitely gonna see, hey, we're gonna look at the internet or something on TV that, hey, robodogs has not come to the city, where you're from. So yeah, I could definitely see, AI, people control these AIs, trying to do how we could better protect our society. Now I'm gonna start by artificial intelligence, going to like in the workforce as us working the workforce, like in warehouses, maybe grocery stores. I could definitely see companies really, really trying to save money and really trying to invest into AI, definitely put these in the warehouses, because I could definitely see, like, there might be stats on how, artificial intelligence can work effectively than we are as humans are. So I can, and also, try to save a lot of money, because like I said, you can buy artificial intelligence, you ought to pay, I mean, you can buy it, but don't have to pay, the artificial intelligence, weekly, like we do. So I really gonna see, a lot of companies gonna start, really look into AI and, really try to be, if they could be more efficient, and also if it's less costly to do it as well. I could definitely see that. What else? Also, with music, I just heard this year how you see, artificial intelligence, starting hitting the music industry, and how, artificial intelligence can make a song out of Drake, many celebrities and singers, and put it into their own, not doing copyrights or anything. So a lot of these music industries is like we're really not getting into depth now. That says, see, artificial intelligence coming out now. It's going to start affecting, people in the music their money in advance. So now they're trying to get it situated, how they can keep their music, their catalog, whatever, and letting AI try to take their stuff, make it to our own. You can go to, Twitter, IG, TikTok, and you can start seeing, how, artificial intelligence and make it, it's just really making music, for other people. Like I said, they may not sound exactly the same, but you can definitely see some similarities. And also some of the stuff I listened to AI, it was really good, Wasn't shocked. I mean, I thought it was gonna be terrible, like be like a rare image, like totally, like, sound like an exact artist or celebrity. But like I said, AI has their own thing of how, okay, they jumping it down and making it your own. But yeah, I can definitely, but like I said, and also I can see, like, how there's routes of how the future could look like either like The Matrix, iRobot, or Back to the Futures. Certain of these movies, like, they have a dinner alternative future on how the future might look out. For me, one movie that really caught my eye, that I think what type of route that we're going to, is with the iRobot movie that Will Smith came out. How he was in I think it was 2041, and how the robots, they're in the street, the skyscrapers, A lot more, now in 2024, that movie, you see they drive nothing but electric cars, and you see very, very limited gas cars and gas motorcycles and everything. So from that route, the future that I think we might be going to is the iRobot route, and I can definitely see, some similarities of from that movie to we are here now. But go ahead, Keem. What you think about this?
Oh, no, definitely. I'm a tech enthusiast, you know what I mean? And I'm very much older. I've seen the changes now. It's just that it hasn't affected where people can see it. We're talking to automated phone call people, cashiers, call centers. Soon truck drivers will be out of a job. Y'all know I drive trucks, and there's fully automated trucks on the road. And I think that people don't understand. A lot of jobs are being cut every year. Natasha Vincent made something clear, a point earlier where she talked about when men who are not working, it's going to be a dire situation. You know what I mean? So we're entering right now. Listen, there's a fully automated McDonald's. There's a fully automated McDonald's in Texas. There's no cashiers. There's nobody. You go in, punch in, order what you want, and they come in. It's coming, and I want it to come. I want a lot of people to lose jobs because you want to know why? We've been eating high off the hog for too long. The customer service is bad. Nobody ain't want to go to school to upgrade their education, especially here in Miami. A lot of people here was taking this shit for granted. They think fast food jobs is a full-time career. No. You got to elevate and educate yourself. So this is just only going to be apparent. Mass layoffs. You're going to see a lot of people on that track selling that thing. You know what I'm saying? I always make a joke and say I can't wait till the robots come so we can people can learn that we was living in heaven, but not no more.
But this is the thing. The only problem with the AI, mind you, we are not the one that's going to be in control of it. It's going to be someone else. So that at the end of the day, they can change the narrative. So they can say, okay, because now you're no longer dealing with a human, you're dealing with an AI. So let's say, for example, you try to go for some form, let's say for a type of unemployment of another person that's handling the controls, it turns out the system no. So how the person is supposed to be able to survive?
I was gonna say, Hakeem, you said the same thing about electric cars. There was something on a World Star, I saw yesterday, about there was a car that was riding itself, and I think it was like an Uber. I think it was in San Francisco or something like that. And it was I think it had two people in it, and then you could see a cop was trying to stop the car. But the car, it didn't necessarily stop, but because once the car sees there like any people on the road, they'll stop and until the person moves. But the car didn't move, so like the car was like moving a little bit, then it stopped, and moved back a little bit, then it stopped and moved forward. So what you saying, Ryan? Like, I mean, you could say same thing with cars. It's like, what do you do if you take an Uber in a car that somebody driving in? A police stops it, and how you gonna stop it if
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
So that's another question I got too about that. So I know they might work something out, but I like your question. That's why I'm gonna ask that question too.
Cause think about it. Today we dealing with a lot when it comes to the simple fact of racism. There's some people that don't like you, so the people that's gonna be able to control those things, let's say they don't like a certain group of people, then you stuck either way. Because you can be like, oh well, I'll just go ahead. I got my stick, I got my gun. Nobody ain't gonna touch me. Nobody ain't gonna do no harm to me. Mind you, now you're not dealing with a human being. You're dealing with a machine who's able to be able to receive gun bullets and do no harm to them. That's why I say you gotta really think about it when it comes to the situation with the AI. And I get the whole futuristic, and I get the idea, like it's cool, like a robo dog, a robo man, and a robo cop. All those are cool, but at the end of the day, it can become very, very dangerous. Go ahead, again.
You're definitely right, but here's the thing. What have we done to combat that? We've been sleeping high off the hog. We as a people, we don't come together as a community. Let me tell you, the most two advanced people in technologies are Indians and Chinese and the Japanese. They live and breathe. You can go get you a top tier web developer in India. They breathe and sleep that. And an electrical engineer in China. America is a consumer place. They come here to dump the trash and we eat it. And then we, after we're done with our trash, we're sent it off to third world countries so they can wear it. You know what I mean? Sugar Bumps, I could use a robo-made cooker driver. Yeah. Now, mind you, a lot of these technologies you're talking about are only going to be available for the rich. People who live middle class and below are not going to be able to afford certain things. Like when the Jetsons and stuff like that. There's a bunch of movies that shows the rich live high in the sky and the poor down here barely can eat. Crime is rampant. Crime is rampant now. Just imagine you lay off another 30, 40,000 people, you know, because of cars and stuff like that.
Exactly. And let's say for example, right now, we got Uber, DoorDash, Instacart, all these self-sufficient companies that allow people to have their own form of, bringing up their own personal contractor. But then now, when those situations taken away, you're gonna have a city where everybody's now is pretty much being fat, meaning that everybody's becoming lazy. Everybody say, I no longer want to work. So you as the government, I just want you to take care of me. And that's the whole aspect of the universal income where Elon Musk was talking about. All this stuff at the end of the day was planned from my point of view. Go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, Sugar Bun, you're right. DoorDash is gonna have drones soon. Oh yeah, you definitely see from DoorDash, Postmates, Uber Eats. That's gonna be the next big thing too. And I was gonna ask copy of what Hakeem was saying about the movies, about how it's saying was about.
Yeah,
I was gonna say something about. There's another movie that I see we could go through. Because the metaverse might come out pretty soon. Once the metaverse is gonna come out, we're gonna see a lot of people. It's like, we're seeing it now. We're gonna see a lot more people staying in their homes more and going into the metaverse. And we kind of saw that doing a test when the pandemic came and how people can, everything was shut down with people staying in their homes. Now that people got a little taste of it. Once the metaverse come out, I think that's going to take it to the next level. And I think definitely you're going to see AI going to be pushed more out here, and I think that you're going to see AI be pushed more into the metaverse as well. So it's going to be, to me, it's going to be a lot of changes. I think it's going to be a lot of changes coming real quick.
One thing I'm going to say is this: we need to learn how to be resilient like our forefathers. We need to learn how to fish, hunt, grow food. And this is going to be important as the times come because certain industries have already been decimated. Uber and Lyft, Turo is tampering with the rental car agency. Uber and Lyft had decimated the taxi cab company. There's no more. Independent taxi guys can't even compete. They changed the landscape on this. So you're talking about, you're talking about next 10, 15 years. And I'm talking about really, we might see certain things change in 5 years. And we're seeing it now. You can barely even afford to go into the house. We have California prices in Florida. We have California prices in Florida. I've never seen this in my life. Due to inflation, and things is going, there's not many jobs here, but a house is $400,000 here, $500,000. That was Cali 3 years ago. Cali's in the millions now. So you know what I mean? So where are we going to be? You know what I mean? And you can't survive without a job. So that's why a lot of people migrate to the major cities.
And the thing is like, people that are rich, South Florida is a hot commodity for people that live in New York, here in California. because one of the things is there's no state taxes there. So let's say for me, I bought a house for I have a house here for 2 or 3 million, and I sell it, and I move to Florida. Even though my house might be a little bit cheaper going to Florida, everything, I could still move to Florida, and then I forget, but there are some Florida laws that are really, really good compared to California laws about living, like buying a house, living situations, and living situations where I can move and save and have a better life in Florida than I'm here in California, because here in California there's a lot of moves here that people don't like, and they definitely moving out to California, to other states.
Hey, look at it from the point a lot of people are living in their cars now. The whole van life situation.
The van life, because the van life. Because people starting to realize that society itself is no longer becoming the society where it used to be. Things are becoming very, very hard. And not only that, but John, you gotta understand something. A lot of people that have been moving down here from California are now starting to move back to California because there's certain life conditions in Florida. They just don't like it. Because like Hakeem said, there's not a lot of jobs here in South Florida. So a lot of people say, you know what, it's good. Remember, a lot of people say South Florida is good when it comes to retirement. Yeah. Not when it comes to employment. People always say that. They were like, for many, many years. Go ahead, Hakeem.
No, did I say something, or did I make a noise?
No, I'm saying go ahead. Your turn.
Oh yeah. No, but you're definitely right though. But everything goes inside, like AI, the bug has changed a lot to where we have to start to look at things differently. Me, I'm always looking for something new to do, new technology to come. I'm trying to learn better, because who knows what job is going to be replaced soon. Soon they're going to have cashless supermarkets, which they have in Seattle. Is going to start spreading with
Amazon. Yes,
Amazon. Yep. He already know. You're going to need an Amazon account to come. Ain't going to be no cashiers. You grab, the AI is going to follow you. They say, okay, he put this in his bag, he put this in his bag, and you just walk out. We getting to that point. And I'm telling black people, I feel for black people and the Hispanics and foreigners who come here with no English. I'm not worrying about the Indians, because the Indians always paid in full. They don't play about that. But as far as the people here, you're not going to be able to survive. You're not going to be able to survive. You're going to be homeless. You're going to be homeless, or eventually your daughter might be put out on the streets to go put in some work.
Well, Hakeem, why you got to say it like that? It's like why you got to say it like that? You're going to be homeless.
No, because it's true, man. Listen, this shit is real. Listen, living by my house, I live somewhat in like where there's a lot of shops and stuff. I see people in cars sleeping in their cars by their house, by the buildings, by these buildings. There's people sleeping in their cars. There was a lady the other day I seen who was sleeping in her car at a racetrack. And I told her, little mama, you can't do that over here. It's vultures over here. It's vultures for real, sharks. And she didn't understand what I meant by that. I say, here's a buck for luck, and get you a cup of coffee and get yourself up out of here. But I advise you not to sleep over here, please, for your safety concern.
Yeah, I can't be right about that. I can say a lot here.
Wow.
Here in Los Angeles, it's called Tent City. If y'all, like I said, if y'all ever come to California, y'all will see, if y'all go down a highway, y'all go by the overpass or something, y'all gonna see some tents everywhere. It don't matter here, you in Inglewood, downtown, Hollywood, Venice Beach, and LA is a big city. So a lot of homeless, a lot of tents. Like Hakeem was saying, a lot of people sleep in their cars. Either they sleep in, have their cars parked at a grocery store or parking lot, right by the street, whatever. Like I said, I'm definitely seeing it here in California. It's like I said, and like I said, it's definitely going. I believe, like I said, when AI come out, wrap it up, we're gonna see a lot more in other cities as well.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Natasha,
I love Natasha. Yeah, go ahead, Hakeem.
Natasha said there's a touchless Amazon store in Manhattan. It's an interesting concept. There was one girl inside stocking the shelves, addressing, answering questions for confused people like me. So you've been to one of those stores. You know what I mean, Natasha? Yeah. California got the most homeless people in the country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
California do. They one of the one is one. California's the worst when it comes to homelessness. Now the concept of the Amazon store, like I see Kim say was, and I actually seen a report on that on a situation with that. But here's the thing: most of the time, a lot of people don't have an Amazon account. So what happens if a person don't have an Amazon account, or don't have a Whole Foods account, or doesn't have a Walmart's account? Are they able to survive? That's the thing. It's gonna be the crime rate is gonna skyrocket it because of the simple fact a lot of people gonna be out here trying to eat when they know they cannot eat, which is the bad thing. I would say AI could be a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing if it's in the wrong hands.
Hey, you're right about that, Ronnie. Like, for instance, like, paying, like, making payments at Whole Foods or grocery stores at restaurants. I'm gonna start paying it with my phone now. I don't have to use my credit card or my debit card or money.
Mm-hmm.
I just use my phone to pay everything. I found that out before the pandemic. We started using that. So somebody, one of my coworkers told me, like, you use your phone and everything. I was like, wait a minute, what? And then I started using that. I don't have to take cash out unless it's necessary. And like I said, my credit cards or debit cards, I don't gotta use them because I got my phone. And like I said, and then if I'm gonna buy something online, my cards are saved, so I can just hit one button, all my information is up there, and that's it.
It's starting to look scary. I'm saying it's starting to look scary pretty much overall. See, the thing is, people don't understand. China's already been doing this. This is nothing new. China, if you go to China, everything in China deals with technology. They got technology all over the place. I think they are the most tech savvy society in China than anywhere and pretty much in the world. So they already have the robots. And I know that, but there's a video. If I would have known, I would have sent out a video. It was a video of actual robot. They test driving the robot, and the robot got literally burnt out because it was overworked, because they was overworking the robot. So that's the society we can live.
Yeah, I got a question for both of y'all. Do y'all thought artificial intelligence was gonna come this soon, or it's gonna be maybe another 10 or 15 years?
Yeah, I knew it was gonna come. I knew it was gonna come very soon because of the simple fact of the pandemic. Says how everything was running this pandemic when the government was telling people where to go, what to do, what to eat, how to survive. So I knew we was already kind of heading that route. Go ahead, Hakeem. And Hakeem, background went off too.
Yeah, what? Yeah, it went off. Like I don't know what's up with that. No, but for the most part, I've been knew it was coming. I was praying for it too. I believe in change. Change is good, for good and worse. You know what I mean? And for us to learn, because if we're not learning to elevate ourselves and improving ourselves, we're going to be staggering behind.
Yeah, for me, I definitely gonna come real slow. I was just waiting for when people start to, talking about it and start doing a trend. It's like something like this. I think, for us, for some people, they probably would like, the AI, because we could definitely, push in advancements of what we do here in society, what we do at work, what we do. Oh, then with astronomy, like, go out to space and everything, sooner or later, next 20, 10, 15 years, you probably see our spaceship, control itself, and you could, probably go to, up in space and the moon, or Mars, whatever. So for me, yeah, I definitely, think it's coming. I'm just waiting on. I can't wait till we see the trends that we see robotic, robots like that look like us as humans and everything. And that's right there is gonna be a kicker. I know that right there. Once we start seeing that, that's really gonna shake up anything. But yeah, for me, yeah, I thought that's definitely gonna come. Can't wait to see more become up. Natasha said it will cost by 2030. She said my bet is there start be taking the parking cars and helping the subway system. Yeah, crime prevention inside moving train cars. Yep, definitely agree on that.
Yeah, not only that, but right now they have like tow trucks that's robot tow truck that's able to tow the cars away. That's already out right now.
Got a question for you. I got another question for y'all. Do y'all see yourself driving electric cars soon?
Yes.
I could definitely me. Yeah. And you see a lot of companies like GM, Ford, Honda, Ford. They really starting to push, stop with making gas cars and really pushing, make electric cars. I know here in California by 2035, they're gonna stop selling gas cars and push it to electric cars. So for me, I'm seeing it now here in California, such as Los Angeles. I see, nothing but Teslas, luxury cars, like roaming around. Like I say, if you come down to California, especially here in LA, and then if you drive it, you probably spot like a minute to 5 minutes, you probably spot between 10 to 20 Tesla cars or any other electric car. So yeah, definitely gonna see a lot more electric cars. I'm seeing it here, but you definitely see a lot more electric cars in other cities.
Don't say certain situations want certain things to happen to transpire. Prime example, South Florida was dealing with a gas crisis. I don't know if you ever saw it or heard of it. And all across, I don't know, Joe, you probably heard of it over there in California that we had a gas shortage over here in South Florida. So when South Florida was dealing with a gas shortage, is a prime example. And a lot of people during that time said, you know what, I need electric cars. I think it's the best idea because look, I don't have to deal with gas. I just gotta go charge my station up and go.
Facts.
Yeah, and you can save the money. You're not paying any gas either. So gas is getting expensive and everything. So to me, the better option is like, get your electric car. You don't got to get gas, and also you got to change your oil either. Mm-hmm. So a lot of benefits of buying electric cars. Some people think it's not safe. Some people think like if the government could I see watch movies if the government control cars and all that type of stuff. But for me, it's like that's not necessary because if these big companies sell these cars, the government has nothing to do with go into the system and change everything. But yeah, for me, I can't wait to buy an electric car. Every time I see a pass by, I can't wait to get an electric car soon.
So I can't. So are you getting an electric car soon?
Yeah. Listen, I want to get me the F-150 Lightning. That's my dream truck.
I don't want no electric cars, man. Y'all hear about that story of that? It was somebody. I think somebody was stuck in Tesla. It was in California. Somebody drove into a lake and they couldn't get out because the windows couldn't go down because it was the electric car. It had a way of sealing things up, so the person drowned. That was I don't know. I might check. Go ahead.
Another situation with Tesla. It was in the Midwest. I can't remember what city it was. I think it was a blizzard came down, and a guy, he couldn't get into his car because it was like a blizzard storm because all the car was like all ice cold and iced up and everything. So with Tesla, they got different handles. You have to kind of push the handle to open it, and the guy, it was so frozen he couldn't hit the handle. So he had to wait till it gets warmed up, everything melts down in order to open the door. So that's a problem right there. It's like, I don't know about that. I mean, I can live in California. We probably experienced that. But in Midwest cities, when the cars, a blizzard come out and the handle gets frozen, or you in it, you can't get out or try to get in. That's that right there. That's kind of scary.
But Hakeem, what is your thought now? Since everything's going to turn to AI, and Jordan, do you think now people going to depend on the government even more?
100%. We're depending on them now, and we're hemorrhaging welfare, and we're hemorrhaging Medicaid and stuff like that. There's going to be a lot of baby boomers who's retiring this year and the year after that. So a lot of these people got to find another way to get it.
Oh, I agree 100%. Once they put out the stimulus checks, And also, adding money to the unemployment at the certain of people that was on unemployment, they was making us almost as probably the same or as much more money than I did.
Basically.
And also that child tax credit that Joe Biden did, which if you have, how many kids you get, you get like what was it, extra $300 or $400 that was added to it and everything. So, and a lot of people just loving it and everything. And with the unemployment, like I knew some people that I worked with back then, I used to work at Whole Foods. They heard about the unemployment and they took like an LOA for like 4 to 5 months just to get on unemployment. Because here in California, when the pandemic happened, EDD, which is unemployment, they were just, everything was like coming to them that they really couldn't check anything. So, and people knew that. So people, like I say, they went on LOA for 4 or 5 months, apply for unemployment, knowing like they're not going to check or anything, which, California, they messed up on that. They was getting either the same amount of money was being paid that it was working at, or they was being paid a little bit more. So when people start seeing it, I was like, oh, okay, they was enjoying it, and then once the pandemic kind of got over, they had to go back to work. They didn't like that. A lot of people was like, hey, the government was paying me so much here, and I go to McDonald's or Burger King, and they pay me less than that. So why would I work somewhere? It's if the government could pay me more than Burger King or McDonald's can, I might as well quit. So but yeah, I could definitely see that coming around for sure.
And my thoughts on that, I always believed and always grew around where we're not supposed to depend on the government, we're supposed to depend on ourselves. But at some point, what do you expect people to do? Because people are trying to do to be self-made, people are trying to do group economics, but it seems like everything now being taken away and being controlled by AI. A lot of people say, you know what? A lot of people come to the point like, you know what? I just give up. I just let the government take care of me. And like I can't say, which I didn't even do research on that, but welfare and Medicaid's through the roof now. So everybody's looking for the government to take care of them, and it's a sad day in America because America has always been a self-made type of country where a lot of people to be pretty much do stuff for self and not depend on us. Only when push come to shove when it comes to law and also regulations. So it's just crazy. It's just crazy how society has truly evolved. Evolved.
And I'm gonna say this, this is my, I'm not a conspiracy, but this is my conspiracy. Y'all been hearing a lot that the Pentagon are seeing a lot of these UFOs, unidentified objects these last couple months and everything. Personally, for me, I think it's really like, I don't know, it could be in America or it's in China or Japan. To me, I think they're really testing out these artificial intelligence type of objects, which people think is UFOs. And I really think they put it out in the air, just testing it out and everything. That's my personal belief. But I mean, I could be wrong, but I think, all these UFOs, the Pentagon are seeing, to me, that's nothing but artificial intelligence, either in America or China. They just put it up in the air and they're just testing it out and see how it works and everything.
No, that's true. That's facts. Because I would say a lot of things right now is going on with a lot of things that's going on with their military. There's a lot of things they are working on that's not being sold to the public, and then pretty soon it will be out there in the public pretty soon. But they're just doing a lot of tests, especially when you see a lot of stuff that's going on with the sky. A lot of people say, "Oh, they've been seeing UFOs," but more likely it's just something to do with the military, or like you say, China or Russia or something. They're working in the sky. You never know. And now that, but also now we having different type of satellite as well. So I'm saying the technology is that has truly advanced, and I just want to see how the near future is going to be. And now that, I don't think y'all probably aware now. Like Akon right now is working to deal with with Africa, where they're going to be, I think, a solar panel. I forgot, like solar panel houses, to the point that everything is now operated through the sun. So that's actually going on in Africa that Akon trying to do over there with Africa and with the African government. But it's just show you that that's the type of stuff they're going on. So pretty soon we might not need no electricity. Everything's gonna be run through the sun. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Before you go, I can say this. Also, when I went to Coachella, not last week, but the week before, and going through the desert, they have wind turbines. You can see, like, if you go, like, when you go through the desert, it's like hundreds and hundreds of wind turbines, you know, walking around and just produce energies and everything. But I'm not. But there's wind turbines in certain areas in California. Like when I went to Coachella, and then also a couple of years ago, when I went to Napa, and we went down to took the highway in the middle of California, and there's certain areas that have wind turbines and everything. You're gonna, like I said, you're gonna see going to Ronnie's Point, you're gonna see a lot of people using solar panels. They are using it here in LA as well, in certain areas of South California. And also they use wind turbines to produce energy as well. So I think it'll happen in Texas, I believe, too, in certain areas. But we're gonna see probably a lot more.
Oh, let me ask a quick question real quick. You said, what about night? The thing with the solar panel, they suck up all the energy throughout the day, and that will power up this the electricity at night. I mean your whatever at night. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Yeah, and also Indiana has a lot of solar panels too. They're known for that as well. Indiana.
You know, they save a lot of money. They save a lot of money every year through those solar panels. I'm thinking
definitely.
When I build my house, I'm thinking about getting something like that because you save a lot of money. Because remember, you get your power through the sun, and nobody can block out the sun. You just can't. It's impossible. But go ahead. Go ahead.
And the thing is, about you save so much energy that, you know, all the energy you get from the sun, you know, there's some companies like Tesla, they sell solar panels. So you get so much energy from the sun that sometimes it might just not last for a day, but it can last for something. If you use it very, very well, you can last it to the week. If you get so much, you know, sun between sun is out 10 to 12 hours a day, you get all that sun from the energy, and if you use it efficiently, you can use that for a whole week, maybe even two, if you really, really, you know, cost efficient of how much energy you use.
Sugar Plum, we're not scared that the robots are going to replace men. You know, some going to have to perish. That's just how life is.
No, not that, Hakeem. Women got to be scared too because now a lot of rich men are getting sex robots. So they ain't gonna need y'all. So y'all trying to be replaced. Think about like now I can deal with women without getting headache, have sex, and have the same sexual experience with a robot, and don't have to deal with a woman that keep nagging me. I have to text and call. So y'all need to be more afraid than the men.
And the thing about that, Ronnie, they gonna talk feminine, you know, they're not gonna get so bad because the robot is there to, you know, do its duties. So
exactly, they don't have to worry about paying bills, getting nails done. They got a robot that's ready for them on command.
You better talk about it.
So. No, you're right. Robot can't give birth, but soon. The way soon, like I said soon. So if they do that, women are done. Women are done.
She right. Men do want a legacy, but hey, you know what I mean? When y'all want to out here playing games, the tech gonna solve it for us. We'll just buy.
That's what I'm telling you. Yeah. And then who created the tax? Who created the who pretty much created the technology? The men. So at the end of the day, the men gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna create something that's gonna benefit us at the long run. That's why I say it's no debate on that one. It's really no debate.
And the thing is, if you probably have sex with a robot, you know, no STDs or no STIs. You might get
that's another fact.
You're not gonna get transmitted diseases.
You better say it. Natasha said, I bet there will be robots getting manicures. I promise you. It will. It will. Trust me.
Well, they do need an oil change, so they do have to go get repairs. That's a good one. That's funny. Oh, man. But I was saying, this is the society we're living in today. I never thought in a million years it would be a sex robot. I don't know if y'all remember a cartoon called Futurama. I always thought that's just fake, that's just cartoon, it's just laugh and giggle. But we literally living in that time. Like a machine dog. Like literally a machine dog.
Yeah.
By AT&T. Good investment. Good investment. If you want to invest, that's a good way to invest. But yeah, that's just crazy.
She said, "Let me go to a man's house and see a sex bot." They got him, dude.
They got them. It's very expensive though.
Hey, you never know. You might see some women. You might do a threesome with the man and the robot. Hey, I'm just saying, especially these rich people, they might think about some stuff like that. They nasty and freaky like that.
But I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it'll be the same. I don't know if it'll be the same. But there's a man that got him. There's a man that got sex robots around here.
Super Bowl. If I see one, I'm taking pictures. I'm gonna expose him.
You all just changed.
Yeah, sugar. If you do that, send it to me. I'll give you my email. Send it to me so I can just see how it look. I've never seen how it look. I only seen the face, but I never seen like how it look. I know it's probably out there on the internet, but I've never seen nobody in the US that actually has one. Or they have one, they probably ashamed to admit it. Like he like, oh, hey Jordan, oh, I got a sex robot. And do you have to say that to be a sex life? There's somebody that have a sex robot. Is that still sex? Or that's just a toy? Because it's a toy.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a toy.
No, I'm asking is that considered sex? Because remember, it's still a toy. It's not a human being.
Well, you know, but yeah, some women they got their little machine that they use. That's a toy as well. So to me, it's the same.
Basically, metal on flesh. Plastic on flesh.
She said, "How do you clean the robot?" Hey, I don't know. I didn't do research about that. I don't.
Hey, Sugar Bomb, you gotta look that for yourself.
I know. Just Google the Sugar Bomb and then do your research. I don't know. You asked the wrong person. I do not know. I want the real thing.
You gotta look that for yourself, or find somebody who ever had sex with a sex robot before. Us, ain't us. No way.
Probably after this video, somebody might see it and probably won't comment on it. If I'm like, hey, I got one. That's what it do. So you never know. There's a lot of freaky people out here. So
yeah. she said, "Do the robot throw that ass back?" I say,
it probably will. And they got it in all different ethnicities. So you have one in black, white, Hispanic, Asian. So you have them all. So a lot of men are getting freaky out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I think Sugar Bum got one, Hakeem. She probably got one. And then ashamed to admit it. Because she asked all these questions.
She is. Sugar Bum could be a robot herself. We don't know what she look like.
Natasha said, she said there are women buying, God. No, she said it's a whole niche here on YouTube. There are generally these people companions. Yes, there are women buying guide dogs too. We are already here. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all remember? Yeah, it can happen. Y'all remember? I don't know if y'all remember a movie that came out 5 or 10 years ago. I think it won like an Oscar. It's a movie called Her. Or when the guy computer.
Yeah.
Yes. He fell in love with the computer. Yeah.
That was a weird movie though. He was like,
it was weird. That thing gave me creep. Like it was creepy. I was like, I'm in love with you. Like, what?
Yeah, some people are like that.
No. Well, guys, you already know we reached our hour mark. It was fun. We had a blast. Any final thoughts, guys, before we head up on out of here?
Hey, for me, final thoughts. People get ready. AI is coming. It might come out slowly, but y'all need to be aware because AI is definitely going to affect the world. It's definitely going to affect the culture. That's my final thoughts on it.
And I think more and more people now, I think you have to be more and more sufficient and prepare yourself for the future because you never know where the future may take you. At one point, we was little kids. We thought, oh, my parents going to be here forever. Majority of us, some of our parents already gone to the next life. Some of our parents are still here, but you see, the more they get older, the more and more their generations pretty much are going to be no more because this is our generation. We have to protect it. We can't allow evil people to put stuff into this planet that's going to really do harm than good for us. That's my final take. Go ahead, Hakeem.
My final take is I can't wait till the robots come. I can't wait to mass layoffs because I need people to learn do for self. I'm going to buy land. I'm going to grow my own food, and I'm going to be on that tractor, raising hogs and stuff like that. So robots, come, take our jobs. Hallelujah.
And that was so very important to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Thank you for tuning in to KL Culture Radio. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. Go on the KL Culture Radio community page. That way you get the KL Culture Radio t-shirt. And Prince Akeem new book, Black Love. Support it. Shout out to Natasha. She's the first one that actually bought the book. And Jabari also had a copy of the book. And someone also on Amazon as well that bought the Kindle version. So shout out to you guys. And remember, let us know when you do purchase the book. Should we give you a shout out? And also to put you in the community tab and say you are one of the people that support the platform. Thank you, like always, for coming here each and every week, man. We really do appreciate you guys. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Shout out to everybody that supports us. We really do greatly appreciate it. Like always, we over and out.
Peace.